morning, everybody, and welcome back to Waffles RC. As you can tell, the workbench is a bit of a mess, and that's because I've been very busy getting this thing ready to go to Gambler. As you can see, got a new bed rack, spare tires up there. The bed is now empty, which that makes me happy. We got ourselves a box, rotated the tires, retorqued everything, just did a general once over on it. But this is what I am going to start with today. Now what this is a very comfortable pillow, but it's also a Losi Super Rock Rey. I have done a few upgrades to it, but the main thing that I want is I took all the panels off because they were plastic and honestly didn't like the look. So let's make them out of metal. Let's start off with our piece of metal. Let's go for the easiest one, and that will be the roof. Yay. All right. Get it sort of centered. About like that. Yep, I kind of like that. So this is the cheating and easy way of doing it. Why use a tape measure when you have the vehicle right here? So I have this about where I want it. And we'll go right there to, I'll say, right there. And bam, first panel done. Well, drawn-ish. Good opportunity to show you the upgrades is I did lower control arms, upper control arms, and I also replaced the lower trailing arms. I do still have all the stock parts. I will be bringing those with me just in case, because I guess I haven't really said much about it. I'm going to drive this on a couple of the routes as long as they're off-road on the Gambler. So there are routes that they have laid out. This is hopefully going to be driving as much of it as it can. So I have a lot of batteries, but I want to make the thing look just a little bit cooler. Admittedly, I have to use a tape measure for our two side panels because I can't get my sheet metal up to it. 6 inches on the bottom, 9.5 because we can. And then our total height, 4 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to trace this out onto here. I'll make 2 of those, 1 for each side. The roof panel, I already have that traced out. I'll cut all those, then we'll fit it, hopefully. We have our roof panel, cut a little thing out of it. Now I'm going to put it in my very technical metal brake and just give her a little bit of style. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit. A little bit more. That looks about right. Now for the big one. You know what? Let me do this. Let me be smart about it. I know, it's a shocker. I'm sure many of you are asking, if you have the workbench, why aren't you working on the workbench? 2 reasons. 1, I am far too lazy to clean it right now. 2, this channel is about budgets. And not everybody has access to a workbench. About there. We'll get more into the whole budget thing a little bit later. About that much. That. Yeah, it's almost symmetrical. There we go. That's okay. Let's see how I did. Oh yeah. That looks pretty good. I'm sure you guys can't see very well, but there. There we go. Roof panel done. Now, side panels, that's going to be easy. It's just right there. Yeah, those aren't going to be pretty or fancy. It's just going to be drill holes, put bolts in it. So let me drill holes and all this stuff, get it mounted. Actually, I'm going to clean this one up a little bit more first. Clean this up, drill some holes. We'll be right back. We now have side panels and a top panel. But admittedly, that corner right there looks like it might be a little sharp if I pick it up wrong. So allow me to fix that. Fixed. Now, if anybody's asking a question, am I going to paint the steel? No. Kind of like the way it looks. I kind of want it to rust. Make it look like I have a lot of money, but I spent it all on the truck, and I don't care what it looks like. Like, we got the panels, we can't afford the paint. Everything that we had went into the suspension. That's the mindset I'm going for with this. So now I have to think about what I want to do with the front, which is difficult. I love the way that looks. Now I need to cover all this up, but I have to be careful about suspension travel, where everything goes. So, and oh, that's right. The side panels, those weren't the first ones. Yep, cut them a little too short. That's why I don't use tape measures. But now I have also ruined myself for doing this. So let me see what I can make. So the question I've had to ask myself is, what front end do I want to run on this thing? But then I realized also I have to make it, so it has to be something easy. So there's that issue. Oh, so here's the hood, I guess you would say. Had to have room for the shocks and the shock towers. But now we have our front end. And let's just all be real here. We all know one front end, that is just the easiest thing in the world to draw if you can't draw. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to professionally level my vise. Thank you. So what front end, pray tell, are you asking that I'm going to draw? Or attempt to draw? That would be a Jeep. Because, in all reality, it's a couple of circles, well, 2 circles to be specific, and a bunch of lines. And that is something that I feel I might actually be able to draw. Straightishly level enough. Let's actually measure so that way it looks halfway decent. I know, I'm using the tape measure quite a bit, but even for a gambler car, I want it to look halfway decent. Let's drill us a couple of pilot holes here. That's a little off, but so am I. All right, well, you know how they have the angry eye Jeep? I'm gonna have the cross-eyed Jeep. Or the lazy eye Jeep, whichever one. Why am I doing that now? I still have to drill a big old hole in it. Now it's also going to be a guessing game of how big I want to go, which is why we will discover together as we drill the hole. I'm thinking bigger. I think we're going to go with that one. That's about as much as that step bit wants to do. Ah, good high quality tools. And let's make it flat. See? Bodywork by Waffles RC. Jeep headlights. Now I'll figure out how to do the grill. I don't know. I'm gonna guess. Jeep-ish kind of a grill. There you go. It's not proportioned, but neither is the rest of the car. So there's that. Now I dropped that, but so I mean, why am I bending down when this thing's on a tripod? So I have this, and these are in two different pieces. So put a little lip on it to bolt it on magically. Let's find out. There you have a front end. Doesn't look super great, but you know what? It's on there. And realistically, it's better than just no cage or no skins or anything like that. So I'm relatively happy. Once it rusts a little bit more, I think it's going to look a lot better. So that's it for the Gambler vehicle. I might put some stickers on it. I don't know. I'm going to. But the rust is definitely staying. Quick and dirty video on how to make panels for your own truck. Does it have to be perfect? No. You can try your hardest. Like, I tried pretty hard. I'm sure I could get it better if I worked, for a couple more hours, but I don't want to. I have other stuff to do. And yes, I'm still here on the floor. I did clean that a little bit, but not much. Speaking of that truck, a couple people have mentioned in the comments, which I appreciate every single comment that everyone has left. A couple of people have left in the comments that I should use this motor or I should use that motor. This motor is garbage, so that's why it doesn't work very well. Remember, the point of this channel is budget. When I bought the motor for that, I didn't have $150 to spend. And personal preference, I don't like brushed motors, so I wanted a brushless system. So since I didn't have $150, but I did have $70, that's what I went with. And that's what this channel is about. Not everybody can afford to spend $150. You may be able to swing $70, and now you have a truck that runs and drives. What's more important? Having a truck sitting on your shelf doing absolutely nothing? I have no idea what you're talking about. Or getting out and using your trucks. I'd rather get out and use it. I wanted that thing to run. I didn't have $150. So there we are. Yes, I know it was garbage. It was $70. I knew that the moment I hit buy. Same with this thing. Could have spent more time. Could have spent more money on better material. Maybe aluminum. But it's what I had laying around. And it was quite cheap. Even if I bought that steel brand new, that's a $20 sheet. And I still have leftovers. So I got all new skins. And it's metal. And it's going to rust, which I like. So I think that's going to work out really well. When this video comes out, I will have already been in Oregon for a day, and hopefully this isn't broken yet. Gotta be good for me. Little car. Well, not so little. We have lots of batteries. I have no spare tires. I do have some spare parts, so it's going to be a matter of take care of it while still having fun. I'm also going to be bringing the Ford Bourbon, and if we zoom in over there, I'm going to bring the Impala, because along with the Gambler stuff and this thing, I do want to crawl because my camping spot, remember, has rocks. So I'm going to have fun with it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Join us next week where I'm going to work very hard at getting lots of fun video, and I really hope you guys watch it because it's going to be interesting to say the least. And I'm guessing because I'm not there yet. Well, technically to you, I'm there. For me, it's Sunday. I leave in 3 days. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. We'll see you, I don't know. So I have added one sticker, and I have added stickers to the side directly over the rust. But don't worry, Tim, I didn't forget. This one's not being left out either. All of them have to be weighed. Hi, little kids, little eagles. Hi. Monster truck guy says hi. And there we are. It is on the scale. And it weighs 24 pounds, 3.8 ounces. You probably can't see it very well, but the batteries are in there. So that is its full weight. And that thing has to drive quite a distance at Gambler. Oh, speaking of which, I had an idea. If you guys remember the horribly depressing speed truck, you remember our little GPS tracker. So I'm going to track top speed, average speed, but most importantly, distance. I want to see how far this thing actually drives through the whole weekend that we're going to be up in Oregon. So, see you guys next week.